the guest that Brother Fan invited. Don't be rude. Then Su Ping summoned his pet. The little skeleton, with a fierce aura, jumped out with a knife. Just as it was summoned, everyone was surprised. It was so cool, but the little skeleton accidentally dropped its head on the ground. Su Ping went to pick up the little skeleton's head, took out the ruby he had stolen the other day, and muttered to himself, before setting off, I absorbed it for many days in the training area, but the head is still so big. But going to the exploration area should be enough. Fan Gangli and Li Ying, standing next to him, were filled with veins. Fan Yujing, seeing that the situation was not good, hurriedly whispered to Su Ping, do you only have one spirit pet? Su Ping slowly took back the blood gem and replied, that's right. That's all I have for now. Fan Yujing was immediately too scared to stammer. You may not know, but the captain and vice captain have tempers as hot as fire. If I make a mistake, I'll be in big trouble. After attaching the head to the little skeleton, Su Ping smiled. Don't worry, I've accepted the commission and won't let you down. Su Ping shouted, and the little skeleton immediately slashed a few circles of knife energy. In the moment of performing, the little skeleton pulled out its sword, appearing in the circle of knife energy, posing very handsomely, slowly putting the sword back, ending the performance. Everyone in the Black Wolf team, seeing this, also had their mouths drop open so fast, I can only see the action of putting the sword back. After the little skeleton finished putting away the knife, a loud explosion was released on all sides where the blade had passed. Suddenly, the ground shattered. Fan Yujing couldn't help but shout, this is also imaginative. After being recognized, Su Ping then went to the base inside to verify his identity. The information showed that he was a level 3, no bloodline, spirit pet master. Now, he had become a pioneer, temporarily authorized to explore. Fan Gangli led the crowd to the Federation's warehouse. The heavy door slowly opened. All sides began to fill with smoke from behind the gate. Su Ping suddenly was shocked, not believing the scene in front of him. What hit his eyes were all kinds of strange armor and weapons. The samples here were all sealed in a green bottle. Fan Gangli slowly opened his mouth and said, Brother Su, the exploration area is especially dangerous. Don't be polite. Please choose anything to protect yourself. I'm inviting you, Su Ping thought in his head. These are good products that can't be seen on the market. This captain is really rich. Time passed by every minute and second. Fan Gangli reminded, time is limited. There probably isn't much left. Brother Su, have you chosen yet? Su Ping pointed to the tattered item next to him. I'll take this. What everyone saw was that Su Ping chose a treasure that was only a level 1, basic cultivation method for elementary spirit pets. Li Yin couldn't help but laugh directly and said, Fan Yujing, what kind of person did you bring? Fan Gangli tried to restrain himself, but he couldn't help but let out a cough. Fan Yujing, with a worried expression, shouted, We're going to the wasteland. Captain, you wanted him to bring some weapons and armor. Why did you choose a cultivation method for training? Su Ping showed that he had thought it over carefully and said, Before I succeed, I don't want to others too much. Fan Gangli, at this time, calmly analyzed, cultivation methods are for long-term training. This person either doesn't have a brain or is extremely clear about his own strength. I hope it's the latter. Next was to move to the changing room. Su Ping looked at the clothes in his hand and wondered. Fan Yujing, having just put on his equipment, smiled and said, This is a gift from the captain. It can resist the attacks of most level 5 spirit pets. If I fail again this time, I'll lose face. Su Ping, hearing this, showed that he understood. After all, it's my first time in actual combat. Being careful is not harmful. In just a moment, the two set off, going to the Star Rift. Su Ping asked, How much do you know about the Rift space? Fan Yujing thought for a moment and replied, The expected level of danger is fierce beasts or demons often appear inside. No rare ores have been found temporarily. In his heart, Su Ping secretly thought, Demon system. Then, I've come to the right place. Su Ping then continued to ask, You said that you two were seriously injured at that time. Then, who will make up for the remaining gap? Fan Yujing, while urging the spirit pet to run, replied, "The remaining person was found by the two leaders. I heard that he's a ruthless character, never provoke him." Suddenly, in the sky, a large bird's foot blocked the way. The pet that Su Ping and the others were riding, seeing it, panicked and lost its balance. Su Ping also didn't have time to defend and fell down. He only saw a person appear in front of him, with a few small scars on his face. The spirit pet next to him was enjoying the spirit pet that had just fallen. That person was Lin Mokong, the silver wheel pioneer. At this time, Su Ping helped Fan Yujing down. Fan Yujing still loudly boasted, "Fortunately, I'm very strong. If I had fallen, even a level 6 powerhouse would have been crushed to pieces." Lin Mokong, on the side, enthusiastically chatted with Fan Gangli about the lost snow fox with flaming tail. Lin Mokong showed that he was an elite and could help him find the spirit pet in a minute. Immediately, his eyes fell on Su Ping next to him. "Who is this? There's no information about him." Fan Gangli immediately introduced, "This is the aide that Brother Fan invited, Su Ping." Lin Mokong assessed Su Ping and said, "You're coming to the exploration area for the first time." Su Ping directly questioned, "I hope you can explain what happened just now." Lin Mokong's expression sank, opening his mouth and saying, "Swords and knives have no eyes. If you can't handle this, what are you relying on to go to the exploration area?" Fan Gangli, seeing that Lin Mokong was unhappy, hurriedly explained the urgent situation. "Brother Su, although he's not a pioneer, his strength has still passed the test." Lin Mokong looked at him, "So, passing the test is enough. Then, anyone can be a pioneer after entering. Everyone will listen to my command. Otherwise, don't blame me for being ruthless. Don't worry, I'll take care of it," Fan Gangli hurriedly guaranteed. After all, he was the one who brought the person, so he would naturally take care of it. Su Ping, with a silent expression, followed behind. In his heart, Lin Mokong couldn't help but mutter, "What's wrong with this guy? That look is as cold as looking at a corpse. Is this really the first time he's entered the exploration area?" In his heart, Lin Mokong couldn't help but mutter, "What's wrong with this guy? That look is as cold as looking at a corpse. Is this really the first time he's entered the exploration area?" In just a moment, Lin Mokong didn't turn his head back and directly entered the vortex of the star rift in front, his body disappearing. Fan Gangli and Li Ying followed closely behind. Fan Yujing showed a slightly embarrassed expression towards Su Ping, opening his mouth to explain, "The pioneers are all like that. They have straightforward personalities, don't mind it." Su Ping nodded, showing that he understood. "I'm sure he won't mind because I think the same as him." Then, everyone entered the star rift. The surrounding environment was quite dark. The captain requested to increase the light. "We're now on another planet. No fierce beasts have been discovered. Follow closely. There's a forest over there in the distance." Li Ying, quickly find the way. Yes, then, Li Ying summoned a scout bird. It could become invisible and fly into the sky ahead. After a while, the scout bird transmitted a signal back to Li Ying. "There's a lake ahead. There are only small fierce beasts. The type is not yet determined. The fog is too thick. I can't distinguish it from the air. Is there a road nearby that can go around it?" "No. The other routes all have several fierce beasts then. Let's go through there. If they're high-level fierce beasts, then we'll deal with it later." After speaking, he also summoned his spirit pet, which was a level 7 spirit pet. Very quickly, everyone approached. Fan Gangli took out an item from his backpack that looked like glasses for night vision and took a look. Immediately, he breathed a sigh of relief. "It's just a mature scale armor tiger. Estimate it's around level 5. Lin Mokong immediately decided to kill it. Fan Gangli nodded, wanting to act. Su Ping slightly frowned, suddenly feeling that something was wrong, and spoke up. "Wait a moment. Are you sure you didn't see wrong? Let me borrow your night vision device." Lin Mokong's eyes narrowed, looking at Su Ping, saying, "You're doubting our judgment." Su Ping calmly analysed, in this cold winter, scale armor tigers rarely come out to move around, and they rarely drink water. They mainly rely on eating small insects to replenish water. In other cases, they can eat plants to fill up on water. Fan Yujing also spoke up, confirming it's a tropical spirit pet. It's a little strange for it to appear here, he whispered. Didn't you see Ron? Li Ying, on the side, was suspicious, so he looked again. The spirit pet in front of us is indeed a scale armor tiger. Then, Lin Mokong, without bringing the device, only looked with his eyes and immediately confirmed it's indeed a scale armor tiger. After speaking, he ordered, "Python, quickly kill that thing." Immediately, the python aimed at it and bit. Suddenly, the outer skin of the scale armor tiger sizzled, revealing the white bones inside. This was another spirit pet disguised as a scale armor tiger. The python, without instructions, retreated, opening its mouth and biting into the body of the disguised scale armor tiger. Su Ping warned Lin Mokong, "If you don't want your pet to die, then tell it to release its prey immediately and come back here." He, on the contrary, shouted loudly. He thought that Su Ping dared to teach him. Killing intent burst out in his eyes on the spot. "What the hell are you? When did it become your turn to order me?" Only to see his spirit pet suddenly rolling on the ground, seeming to be in great pain, simultaneously releasing dark energy, characteristic of a soul beast. Su Ping, seeing this, immediately said to Fan Gangli, "A mature soul beast has level 7 combat power. It often disguises itself as weak prey to lure other prey. Once it enters the prey's body, it will quickly dissolve from the inside." Fan Gangli said, "If it's a level 7 spirit pet, then let's work together to kill it." Su Ping's expression was ugly and said quickly, "No? The scariest thing about a soul beast is not itself, but what it has a symbiosis with, a blood soul beast." Hearing Su Ping say another unfamiliar spirit pet name, everyone panicked and asked, "What are you talking about?" Where there are soul beasts, there will usually be blood soul beasts. If I'm not mistaken, in that lake, it's not water at all, but blood. A blood soul beast is lying in it. At this time, Lin Mokong had lost contact with his spirit pet. On the python, it was a monster after all. Hearing this, Su Ping urged everyone to leave quickly. While the level 7 soul beast was providing nutrition, this blood soul beast was at least level 9, or even a beast king. Seeing the easy to lure, painful appearance of the python in the distance, everyone shuddered. This was definitely an extremely dangerous thing. Su Ping only looked at it once and recognized that it was indeed a blood soul beast. He didn't care about saying much and turned to run. As for Fan Gangli, Li Ying, and Fan Yujing, the three, seeing Su Ping taking the lead in running, also instinctively ran after him. In their hearts, they were all afraid. They summoned their bloodthirsty wolf and snake-headed winged dragon. Fan Gangli, while running, said to Li Ying behind him, "Plan another route." Li Ying immediately said, "There are 2 routes. There are several unknown fierce beasts to the east. The west is temporarily safe. Which way should we go now? Damn it, there's no other choice." Lin Mokong suddenly shouted, "Retreat to the west. I've already lost one pet. If I recklessly go into a dangerous place again, wouldn't I be seeking death?" At this time, Fan Gangli turned his head to ask, "Brother Su, which direction do you think we should go?" Su Ping still didn't forget to search for the blood fox. He smiled and said, "My advice is to go straight to the east." Lin Mokong panicked, running and shouting, "Are you crazy? One blood soul beast isn't enough." Li Ying, next to him, also expressed his agreement. Fan Gangli looked at Su Ping and asked again, "Tu, are you serious? Absolutely not joking." Su Ping immediately opened his mouth and said, "If you still want to get the blood fox back, then trust me. Go quickly, time is running out. There's no time left." "I hope this isn't the final decision of my life." Fan Gangli ordered everyone to go to the east, entering the canyon. The spirit pets under them received the order and quickly changed direction, increasingly going deeper inside. The blood soul beast behind them was also still chasing, unwilling to let go of its prey. Li Ying, who was exploring the surrounding environment at this time, suddenly changed his expression and shouted, "The beasts in the canyon have taken the initiative to run away." Fan Gangli gnashed his teeth and said, "They must have recognized the blood soul beast behind us, so they're avoiding it." After everyone entered the canyon, the blood soul beast behind them slowed down. Its desire to pursue seemed to have decreased. Lin Mokong, surprised, asked, "How can that be?" Su Ping calmly replied, although the blood soul beast has very high combat power, it's not the hunting type. It prefers to lure through the soul beast, letting the prey come to its door. Moreover, this canyon is too narrow for it. We are not delicacies. Only an idiot would deliberately go to a deep and narrow place to make things difficult for themselves. Fan Gangli, next to him, turned his head to look at Lin Mokong. In his heart, he thought, if I had such deep understanding, I wouldn't have retreated. Lin Mokong loudly said, why are you looking at me? I don't know the characteristics of the blood soul beast. Suddenly, Li Ying, on the side, reported, Captain, we're about to reach the place where the blood fox disappeared. But there's a fierce beast blocking the exit of the canyon. Su Ping then told Lin Mokong to give him the night vision glasses. Lin Mokong, very angrily, although 10 parts uncomfortable, still took off the night vision glasses and threw them to Su Ping. Su Ping hurriedly reached out to catch them, smiling and thanking him. Su Ping put on the night vision glasses and looked from afar. What hit his eyes was a mature undead ghoul. The estimated combat power was level 5, another demon system. There won't be any problems, right? Don't worry, let me take action. Then, Su Ping ordered the little skeleton to directly act as usual. Although it was small in size, following Su Ping's order, it immediately pulled out its bone knife and quickly launched towards the level 5 spirit pet. The little skeleton, with just one move of intermediate swordsmanship, neatly solved it. Everyone was surprised it can be solved so simply. If I had known earlier, I would have listened to Boss Su. Lin Mokong, with a resentful expression, thought it was just luck. I could also do it, he's just showing off again. In just a moment, they had left the canyon. A magnificent giant mountain, tall to the sky, appeared in front of everyone. Seeing this giant mountain, everyone's eyes revealed some seriousness. Last time, we encountered a fierce beast here. I couldn't determine what kind it was. The blood fox was lost right in front of this mountain. Su Ping nodded slightly, saying, seize the time. Everyone, get down here and split up to find clues. Everyone hurriedly began to summon their scout spirit pets, all being separated to search a wide area. Fan Gangli summoned a multi-eared monkey. Suddenly, it shouted loudly, attracting everyone's attention. Hearing the sound, they hurriedly went to check, seeing the multi-eared monkey using its tail to present a severed arm. The arm was also wrapped in black metal. Lin Mokong, seeing this object, his expression immediately became a little ugly. This is a black cloud gold wrist guard. To be able to buy such a good wrist guard, it must be at least a level 6 spirit pet. The faces of Li Ying and Fan Yujing changed, analyzing. Only a level 6 spirit pet with strong strength can buy it. But it died tragically in this place. It can be seen that it must have encountered an extremely terrifying danger. There wasn't even a chance to escape. At this time, Su Ping, seeing the broken arm, said, let me see it. Lin Mokong's dissatisfied mood began to erupt. Forget it. Are you familiar with the tools? Su Ping didn't care and continued to shout, give it to me. Then, the two faced each other. Lin Mokong growled, don't order me around, I'm a pioneer. Even if I accidentally kill an unknown spirit pet master, I'll only be punished a little. Immediately, the air began to fill with the smell of gunpowder. Lin Mokong released his hand, and the severed arm fell to the ground. He said with a sinister expression, I slipped, pick it up yourself. Su Ping's eyes flashed with a dangerous light. He didn't want to fight with this guy here, so he endured and bent down to pick up the object. The crowd, seeing these two clashing, also showed confusion. Su Ping bent down and picked up the severed arm. He looked closely at the break, and his pupils slightly contracted. In his heart, he secretly analysed, the blood has dried, but the wound still retains a strong dark aura. Could it be that there's a high-level demon-type fierce beast nearby? Fan Gangli inquired, Brother Su, your expression is a little ugly. Did you find anything related to the blood fox? Su Ping realised that they were not in danger. In his heart, Su Ping secretly thought, if the owner of this arm died a few days ago, the fierce beast probably left a long time ago. His expression was normal, replying, I didn't find anything. Hearing this, Lin Mokong immediately laughed, saying with a serious face, I thought you had some great insights. You're really good." Then, Su Ping walked over to him and punched him in the face while he was still laughing. Fan Yujing, Fan Gangli, and Li Ying, the three, were like being struck by lightning. Boss Su, they didn't have time to react, standing still in disbelief. Lin Mokong was furious, his blood boiling. "You little bastard, I have to kill you. You dare to hit my face, it seems you're tired of living." Then, he pulled out the knife at his side, wanting to send Su Ping to his ancestors with one punch. His sword hadn't even reached Su Ping when he was stopped by the bone knife of the little skeleton, pressed against his throat. Suddenly, Li Ying, in the back, also took out a knife, holding it to Su Ping's throat, demanding, "Order your spirit pet to retreat." Su Ping said indifferently, "Why don't you let him put down his knife first?" Fan Yujing was also terrified, afraid that they would really fight, hurriedly persuading Boss Su, "Is there anything we can't talk about?" "Why did you attack?" Su Ping said in surprise. He came looking for trouble 5 or 7 times. "I'm already being nice." The little skeleton, on the side, had its eyes flash red. In an instant, it burst out with intense killing intent. As long as Su Ping gave the order, it would attack at any time. Li Ying, sensing this intense killing intent, was shocked in his heart, wondering, does he have the confidence to kill us on the spot? Lin Mokong, at this time, was so angry that his blood vessels were about to explode. He shouted loudly, "Don't think I don't dare to touch you." At this time, Fan Gangli blocked in front of them, bitterly persuading, "This matter is Brother Su's fault. I'll apologize on his behalf. Let's complete the mission first. Afterwards, I'll compensate you for the loss of the python." Fan Yujing also hurriedly opened his mouth and said, "In the wilderness, infighting is taboo. In the end, none of us may be able to return." Su Ping didn't think this was right. "I think those who don't listen to commands will only be more trouble. It's better to have one less than one more." Hearing this, Lin Mokong lowered his knife, but still gnashed his teeth. "Su Ping, I'll remember your face. I'll temporarily listen to your command first. Wait until we return to the base. I'll let you know what manners, huh?" Su Ping didn't pay attention to this kind of meaningless person. He looked towards Li Ying, saying, "The next action will be commanded by me. Do you have any objections?" Li Ying thought, "If I really attack, this kid will definitely not be able to retreat unscathed. Could it be that he can see through that in this situation? We can only choose to preserve the overall situation." "So," he replied, "I only listen to the captain's orders. Please don't ask me." As for Fan Gangli, outwardly, he said loudly, "Brother Su, being proactive is a good thing, but if you cause trouble like this again next time, I will definitely not easily forgive you, understand?" Then, Fan Gangli leaned close to Su Ping's ear to whisper, "I can see your abilities. I don't have any objections, but that kid Lin Mokong, I see that he won't let it go. Be careful on the way, he'll play dirty, understand?" Next, in the sky, there was a smoke signal. Fan Gangli, seeing this, changed his expression and immediately set off to see the situation nearby. At this time, there were 2 people supporting each other, one male and one female. Their bodies were covered in injuries. Clearly, they had fought fiercely. In front of them, there were 2 spirit pets fighting to protect them. The enemy was a giant beast, about 10 meters tall, like a pile of bones and flesh stuck together. Suddenly, that monster opened its mouth, releasing bursts of piercing screams. The man and woman were immediately subjected to sound wave vibrations. Just as they couldn't move, the monster suddenly aimed at them, shooting out several sharp spikes, piercing through their 2 beasts. Then, they were rescued by the Black Wolf team's spirit pet, launching down from the hill. Those fierce weapons were broken and fell down. Fan Gangli shouted, "We are the Black Wolf team. I just saw your distress signal." The man hurriedly reminded, "You must be careful. What attacked us was the ghoul beast." Fan Gangli turned his head to look, his pupils suddenly contracting. "It's it. It's the one that attacked us." Everyone quickly pulled the 2 of them onto the spirit pet. At this moment, the ghoul beast had chased closely behind. Lin Mokong suddenly secretly pushed Su Ping. Su Ping and the girl simultaneously fell to the ground, just right in front of the ghoul beast's feet. He looked at the giant foot of the ghoul beast and couldn't help but freeze. It took 5 seconds. Fortunately, Li Ying and Fan Yujing flew over to pick them up, successfully dodging this stump in time. Su Ping, having just escaped the danger, said, "Vice Captain, find a flat road. The terrain won't affect the ghoul beast. The treacherous terrain will only slow us down." Li Ying outwardly agreed, but in his heart, he thought, this kid almost got killed and doesn't have any panic. Fan Gangli regained his senses and asked, "On the way, we saw many severed arms, legs, and corpses of spirit pets. Is there only 2 of you left in Team 5? The man gnashed his teeth and replied, "Yes, the last Earth Shield beast in my hand has also died." At that time, the woman also shouted, "My green flame bird can still fight." Fan Gangli, on the side, was also sweating because, among the level 8 spirit pets, the green flame bird was considered fierce, but it was also injured like this. This ghoul beast was at least level 9 or higher. Su Ping, at this time, was analysing the dangerous spots of the ghoul beast. It was surrounded by bones. Surely, relying solely on the little skeleton was absolutely impossible to break through its defense. He still needed their help. He would get through this hurdle first and then settle the score with Lin Mokong. The man who had just been rescued took a deep breath, seriously looking at the few people, shouting, "I have a suggestion. If you continue like this, none of us will be able to escape. Everyone, leave your spirit pets behind to help us. By time to retreat." Lin Mokong shouted, "I just lost one pet. Now you're telling me to offer another one. After leaving here, the spirit pets that I lost, Yu Chenzhen will fully compensate you. In addition, there will be a thank you gift that I definitely promise." Then, Fan Gangli also discovered Yu Chenzhen. "You're the famous golden medal explorer on the rankings. I don't care who you are. The spirit pets that I spent so much effort to train, you're saying to buy them. I'll buy them for 3 times the price." Hearing this, he then shouted to Li Ying, "Tell the people on your side to also leave their spirit pets behind. Otherwise, we will all die here." Then, that Li Ying also cunningly said, "Everyone has heard it, right? In order to survive, everyone contributes a part of their strength." Except for Su Ping, the other 2 agreed to summon their spirit pets. Only Su Ping, at this time, launched straight down to the ground, directly summoning the little skeleton. At that time, the fierce beast had arrived closely behind, causing the ground to constantly release rumbling sounds. Looking at the monster opposite him getting closer and closer, he didn't have a bit of fear. Facing the ghoul beast with strength close to level 9, Su Ping chose to stay behind to hold it back. Lin Mokong, seeing this, was very pleased. "Want to be a hero? Then die alone. I won't let anyone stop for you." Suddenly, everyone's expressions changed because giant skeletons were growing everywhere around, surrounding their retreat route. When they were preparing to order their pets to break through the encirclement, suddenly, the skeleton army stopped, simultaneously turning around towards the ghoul beast in front. Fan Gangli said to himself, "They're not coming to attack us." The little skeleton's whole body released dark red energy. The summoning formation was condensing under its feet. All sides were densely packed with undead soldiers being summoned. Su Ping said a few words that were very touching. "Captain, your spirit pets have been with you for so long, but you're abandoning them like this. Isn't that too scary?" Su Ping directly opened killing intent. The undead legion's skill was strengthened. Following the little skeleton's order, they attacked everywhere around the monster. Many legions from the lower levels were constantly attacking it. Those in front fell, and those in the back advanced. At the same time, the little skeleton concealed its aura, hiding among the bones, entering the battlefield. After getting close to the monster, the little skeleton unexpectedly attacked. The dark red knife energy, like a huge wave, swept over, hitting the upper bones of the ghoul beast. Seeing the ghoul beast being suppressed, the group of Yu Chenzhen and Fan Gangli were stunned, not believing that this scene in front of them was real. The ghoul beast, with strength close to level 9, was actually being blocked by just that small skeleton. Fan Gangli recovered his senses and hurriedly shouted, "Brother Su, I'm coming to help you." Li Ying couldn't help but turn around and say, "Captain, we're all going up. What about us? If we don't follow orders, we'll become deserters. If we can temporarily kill this demon beast, our contributions will be enough to exchange for a few spirit pets." Lin Mokong, Although he was 10 parts angry at this time, it was also useless. In an instant, everyone summoned their spirit pets. In order, they were the bloodthirsty demon wolf, the snake-headed winged dragon, the green flame bird, and the six-armed demon king. They were all high-level spirit pets from level 7 to level 8, all coordinated with the undead legion, beginning to constantly launch attacks. The ghoul beast, the six-armed demon king, used the fierce weapons on its 6 arms, attacking from below. The green flame bird flew to attack from above, along with the snake-headed winged dragon. The rough giant, below, also punched up, all attacked at once, taking advantage of the situation. The bloodthirsty demon wolf, at this time, outside Su Ping, saw the ribs open. The chest of the ghoul beast suddenly expanded, and purple energy frantically condensed. Yi Chenzhen, on the side, seeing this, directly used a spirit shield. The woman shouted, "Quickly avoid it." Everyone hurriedly condensed spirit power, opening a shield. Then, the ghoul beast roared, creating a giant sound wave, shaking everything. Many spirit pets that were not protected by the shield fell to the ground, unable to get up. The ghoul beast coldly looked ahead, beginning to restart the skill. The body that had been blasted apart immediately recovered to its original state. The siege just now was completely not enough to scratch it. As expected, wanting to win was still a fantasy. The ghoul beast also didn't intend to stop. Then, it stretched out several bone spurs. Several long, hard bones suddenly shot out, the target clearly being the spirit pets that were lying on the ground. Everyone, seeing this, was also extremely worried because the distance was too far to use space summoning to bring the spirit pets back. Su Ping, at this time, ordered, "Little skeleton, use intermediate swordsmanship to solve it." Fan Gangli hurriedly turned his head, exclaiming in shock, "That's a level 8 spirit shock. How can the little skeleton not be affected at all?" Su Ping smiled and explained, "Being tough is definitely not enough, but what if many fire ghosts resist together?" Fan Gangli, surprised, analysed in the moment of releasing. The fire ghosts will actually create a small-scale explosion, but will that reduce the spirit shock? This kind of attack has never been heard of. Ordinary people would not recklessly risk experimenting. Moreover, at the moment of releasing, if there aren't more than 100 practices, it's impossible to grasp it. What has this person actually experienced? At this time, the ghoul beast's attack continued to come. Its eyes flashed, and suddenly, dark energy appeared, transforming into a black vortex that was released. Fan Gangli and the group of Lin Mokong, seeing this scene, were also scared out of their wits. This is the secret skill of the undead system. Only level 9 demon beasts can comprehend it. He actually used the death destruction skill. The understanding of this demon beast is too strong. The dark energy frantically condensed. A giant energy ball had begun to form. Facing this terrifying skill, Lin Mokong had been scared to the point that his scalp was numb, turning around and running first. At this time, Su Ping knew that death would destroy everything. The range of influence was 1,000 meters. Running away at this time was useless. He immediately shouted, "Little skeleton, now is the time." The little skeleton, next to him, had already begun to gather power. In a flash, only to see a streak of red light flying into the black hole and disappearing. That was Su Ping and the little skeleton, having hit the inside of the monster's body. Everyone, seeing this, exclaimed in surprise, "Boss Su." A moment later, from the monster's chest, from the black hole, a terrifying explosion was released. The black energy gradually disappeared. Looking again, there was only a pile of bone fragments left. The system displayed a report. The little skeleton successfully killed it. Combat power increased to level 8. Skill upgraded from intermediate swordsmanship to advanced swordsmanship. Everyone, seeing it with their own eyes, couldn't believe it. Everyone was completely shocked. The ghoul beast, with combat power approaching level 9, was actually killed by a small skeleton. "Boss Su, how did you know that attacking from the inside could take it down?" Su Ping replied vaguely, "I happen to have encountered a similar situation before." In his heart, he understood why only demon-type spirit pets could learn to reconstruct broken limbs. The answer was only one. Their physical body was only the tip of the iceberg. The spirit core was the root of the demon-type spirit pet. As long as the core was not destroyed, the demon-type spirit pet could activate the ability to reorganize. Instead, take advantage of it. Any demon-type spirit pet is a paper tiger. Su Ping suddenly had a slight idea. This battle had proven his guess. At this time, the ghoul beast suddenly moved its body, thinking that another story was coming, but unexpectedly, after the ghoul beast was defeated, it was subdued and controlled by Su Ping. Puppet technique. Boss Su, it's being controlled by you, consider it that way. What do you mean by consider it that way? What the hell? Not only did he comprehend advanced undead enslavement, but he also killed and turned a level 8 monster into a puppet. Is this little skeleton a warrior or a mage? How did you train it like that? A moment later, everyone began to open space, summoning back the spirit pets that had just been injured. At this time, Fan Gangli said, "We shouldn't delay. Let's continue searching for the blood fox." Suddenly, Su Ping waved his hand to stop, saying, "I still have one thing to do. I hope you know which eye to close and which eye to open." Fan Gangli looked at the little skeleton, which had already pulled out its bone knife. "This is not good," he hurriedly persuaded. "Brother Su, please give me face, okay?" Lin Mokon, on the side, hurriedly opened a spirit shield, tightly gripping the knife at his side, shouting, "What do you want to do?" Su Ping laughed. "I'm not doing anything. I just want to remind you to be careful. After all, exploration is dangerous, be careful." Just as he finished speaking, the little skeleton suddenly used the advanced knife technique it had just comprehended. With one knife, it directly broke through the spirit shield and took away one of his arms. His body, in an instant, shifted to pain, causing his face to twist. From it, bursts of screams were released. The wound constantly spurted out ketchup. Su Ping, like a god of death, said, "For the sake of the captain, I'll spare your life. Now, get out of here and never let me see you again. If you're not willing to disappear, I'm very willing to help you." Lin Mokong felt fear, his whole body trembling non-stop, hurriedly hugging his severed arm, turning around and running away. Fan Gangli, next to him, also couldn't help but breathe a long sigh. "Boss Su, what are you doing? You're going a little too far." The woman whispered, "That person's heart is not right. It's definitely the right decision to drive him away, otherwise we would have died sooner." Li Ying suddenly said to the two people next to him, "Yi Chenzhen, have you ever seen a snow fox with flaming tail here?" He replied, "Blood fox, no impression." The woman, on the side, pondered for a moment and then said, "It seems that I saw its footprints." Su Ping's eyes brightened. "Really? Where?" Everyone sat on the ghoul beast, quickly going through the valley. Under the guidance of the woman, in just a moment, they arrived at a cliff. Inside the cave, there was something attracting the little skeleton. Without waiting for Su Ping to react, it jumped down from the ghoul beast. He hurriedly said to the woman in the dark cave, "What is attracting the little skeleton? Please lend me your signal gun." The girl quickly threw it over. Su Ping received it and immediately used it. The light fell straight down, using the light to illuminate the cliff. Everywhere was purple stone. A few tens of meters away, Su Ping saw the bright red fur. It was the fur of the snow fox with flaming tail. It was now lying on the ground, healing its injuries. "I found the target." Everyone hurriedly followed the mountainside, sliding down. Fan Gangli happily said, "I found it. You really made it easy for me to find you." Although he had suffered heavy losses this time, he had finally found the blood fox. Fan Gangli took back the blood fox into the summoning space. He told the others, "If the mission is completed, let's prepare to go back." Su Ping suddenly waved his hand to stop, saying, looking at the ore in front of him, "There seems to be something hidden here." Fan Yujing hurriedly took out a small device from his backpack and put it on. Then, he scanned and measured the ore. Many elements appeared, such as a list of unknown element content, 91% uranium, about 2%. Fan Yujing, seeing the information scanned on the device, hesitated a bit. "I can't find a matching result in the known elements. This is a type of ore I've never seen before." The captain and vice captain, hearing the results, didn't care much, directly turning around to leave. Su Ping, curious, inquired, "Why aren't they reacting?" Fan Yujing smiled, we often encounter such unknown metal materials. If we explorers can find rare ores that can be used, we'll definitely be rich. This rift connects to all the star fields in the universe, so the probability of encountering valuable ore is almost zero. The exploration time is very precious. After returning, just report it a little. The federal government will send others to take samples. S.U. Ping successfully found the blood fox and also found many unknown ores nearby. Looking at the happy appearance of the little skeleton, he thought, this kid likes these ores so much, they must not be ordinary goods. Before they reach the government's hands, wouldn't it be nice if I could enjoy them all myself? Suddenly, the system released a signal, mission completed. Received reward, golden crow god and demon body. Scene changes. The rescued woman came to find Su Ping. Boss Su, this is my business card. If you're interested, I hope you'll come to our academy. I want to introduce you to our school's principal. Looking at the business card, she was a high-level instructor at Phoenix Mountain Academy. Lu Goksu, thanking her for her good intentions, he outwardly expressed his gratitude. In his heart, he secretly mocked, I've transmigrated. Can't I escape the fate of having to go to school? S.U. Ping, at this moment, had his mind on the mission reward, hurriedly turning around, waving his hand in farewell. I have something to do. Talk later. Lu Goksu, looking at his departing figure, couldn't help but regret it. She was confused, scratching her head. I should have decisively invited him to be an instructor. That would have been better. The next morning, Su Ping yawned on the way home. He prepared to sneak into the house, pretending to be asleep. Just as he opened the door, he saw his younger sister blocking the door. Su Lingyu was standing with her arms crossed, giving Su Ping the feeling of being stared at by a beast king. You're up so early, didn't you stay up all night again? Su Ping said in a low voice, that's right. What a coincidence, you too. Then, he walked straight into the house. Su Lingyu made a face at Su Ping, saying, who wants to have a coincidence with you? My useless older brother. I exercise every morning. Su Ping immediately praised her. You're amazing, I'm proud of you. Her encouragement caused Su Lingyu's face to turn red. Embarrassed, she turned her anger into action, waving her hands and feet. Who needs you to be proud? Su Ping returned to his room and lay on the bed. In his heart, he silently looked at the reward from the system. System, what is this golden crow god and demon body? The system replied, the golden crow god and demon body is a secret battle body cultivation method of the golden crow race. The golden crow race is born from the fiery energy of the sun. They have the power of mountains and rivers from birth. After cultivation, they can be invincible and inviolable. In ancient times, they conquered most of the universe. Wherever the golden crow went, everything belonged to dust. Later generations called it a god and demon. S.U. Ping, after reading the introduction, was still a little tired, but hearing this, he immediately sat up, both happy and scared. He knew that the rewards the system gave wouldn't be too bad, but he didn't expect it to be this good. His fingers hurriedly pointed towards the continue reading button. The system displayed a warning. The process of cultivating the golden crow god and demon body will change the body. It also requires a lot of combat power and a lot of supporting materials. After completion, you will no longer be human, but a god. This body will turn into a monster. What, isn't this too much like a villain? Regarding this, the host doesn't need to worry too much. After cultivating into the golden crow, the body will be formed from pure energy. You can retain your original appearance based on your preferences. It will not affect your normal daily life. There's still normal daily life. In this world, the weak live without any dignity. Maybe not being human can live more like a human. Okay, I'll play according to your rules. Scene changes to Su Ping's store at this time. There were several young people delivering goods to him. Please come in, just put the things here. Everyone can go back now? Yes, at this time, Su Ping opened several boxes and praised. The goods from the Federation's warehouse are actually delivered to my door. This is too convenient. On the way to mining ore, I killed a few fierce beasts, exchanged for contributions, and just happened to buy a light military uniform to wear outside. The primal armor has been activated. It can rely on the wearer's spirit power to upgrade its defense to suit the wearer, resisting attacks from level 1 to level 7. At this time, Su Ping thought, the materials for cultivating the Golden Crow God and Demon Body, the first level, are all here. It's much more effective than going to the training area. Most of the materials and spirit power that the Golden Crow God and Demon Body needs can be obtained from the Exploration Warehouse. And the Chaos Power map supplements it after upgrading. The God and Demon Body can explore more dangerous places in the exploration area, and the Chaos Power map forms a perfect circle. The remaining problem is these ores. Su Ping held a piece of ore and said to the system, nurturing slots require upgrade fees, right? That's right, upgrading and maintaining the nurturing slots both require the host's energy points. Paying like this, if I use these ores to transform the nurturing slots, what will happen? While the system was checking, Su Ping continued to say, can the materials I provide reduce the upgrade fee? And of course, it's also that I can nurture stronger spirit pets. A moment later, the system sent back a notification. New authority unlocked. Transform nurturing slots. After collecting enough designated materials, you only need to pay 20% of the energy required to upgrade the nurturing slots. At the same time, the fully equipped nurturing slots will have additional effects. 1. Significantly increase the aptitude and combat power of spirit pets. Add a little bit of perception technique, treat all non-life-threatening injuries. Non-demon spirit pets have a 50% effect. Demon spirit pets have a 70% effect. Materials required to upgrade the Dark Stone Nurturing slot: 211 Dark Stone, 71 Pebble Stones, 30 Giant Bone Hands, 1/1 Travelling Heart, 258 Spirit Lung. It can really be transformed. The degree of freedom is quite high, although the side effects are quite serious. The effect is so good. Then, the system displayed the essence of the challenge. These materials are easy to obtain in the exploration area. Oh, I'm only cultivating. The store is about to close. Then, Su Ping called Su Yanning. A master is actively looking for me. Boss, what's the matter? Are you satisfied with the training effect of the Thunder Light Rat? Extremely satisfied. I don't know how to thank you enough. The voice of Su Ping came from the other end of the line. It just so happens that I also need you to help me with something. Su Yanning, in her heart, was secretly happy. A good opportunity to get closer has finally come. Boss, just say it, what I can do within my ability, I will help you. Su Ping calmly said his request. It was to invite her to film a short video with him. Su Yanning, hearing this, stopped. Her cheeks were flushed red. In her head, images of a white-skinned girl and 5 black-skinned men automatically appeared. Outwardly, she didn't forget to ask, what are we filming it for? Su Ping impatiently replied, of course, it's to become famous. If you don't come, I'll find someone else. Lower your voice. Su Yanning, with a flushed face, hurriedly covered the communicator. Suddenly, her face flushed red, breathing heavily, replying, I know. After a while, Su Yanning arrived. Today, she was a little different because she was wearing a sexy purple dress. Her whole body trembling, she walked to the store counter. She nervously greeted Su Ping. Boss, I'm here. Su Ping raised his head to look, and his face couldn't help but turn red. He could only pretend to cough to cover it up. You're dressed so beautifully today. Su Yanning whispered to herself, didn't you say you wanted to film a video? Su Ping thought, that's right. In any case, it won't affect my ability to perform. He looked at the watch, outwardly urging, quickly call the Thunder Light Rat out. Su Yanning, hearing this, her mind went blank. What does that have to do with the Thunder Light Rat? Suddenly, an extremely dangerous thought appeared in her head. Outwardly, she hurriedly refused. Let me and the rat play around. That won't do, absolutely not. Su Ping, with a face full of question marks, asked, why not? I'm just filming you summoning the Thunder Light Rat and releasing Thunder Lightning transformation. Su Yanning suddenly woke up. You're only filming this? Su Ping impatiently said, otherwise, what did you think I wanted to film? Only this rat can prove the effectiveness of my training. Don't tell me you didn't bring it. Su Yanning was so embarrassed that she wanted to burrow into the ground. She hurriedly opened the space, and the Thunder Light Rat also crawled out. Su Yanning suddenly suggested, although the Academy's annual competition has ended, there will be a championship competition coming up. I will be fighting the champion, Yi Chao. If you go on stage with me, it will have a very good advertising effect. Su Ping outwardly agreed, suddenly remembering something, and inquired, the champion is Yi Hao. I thought the champion was you. Su Yanning smiled and said, that's right. His Silver Snake Thunder Dragon beast with a level 9 bloodline is too strong. But winning second place has already exceeded my expectations. I expected to be in the top 20 at most. Su Ping understood the Thunder Light Rat's strength very well. He smiled and thought, a level 9 bloodline. I didn't expect that in this academy, there would actually be someone who could defeat the Thunder Light Rat. How interesting. Then, to move to Phoenix Mountain Academy. In the academy, it seems to be very popular to raise Thunder Light Rats everywhere. There were people leading them. Su Ping couldn't help but ask, is it very popular to raise Thunder Light Rats at school? Su Yanning said smugly, that's because in the Academy's annual competition, everyone saw the potential of the Thunder Light Rat. Now, reaching the finals, the Thunder Light Rat is a star pet. That's right, Boss Su, it's still early. Should we hand out flyers? Su Ping thought for a moment and then refused. These ordinary students raising Thunder Rats are just following the trend. They all want to use the small to beat the big. Even if it's no longer popular in the future, they will be scared off by the nurturing costs. We will develop wealthy customers, Su Yanning said. That's right. The money I borrowed from Yue still hasn't been paid back yet. While Su Ping and Su Lingyu were walking, they passed a group of people. Suddenly, a voice of discussion came from the side. Only to see a blonde man surrounded by beautiful girls. This is the champion player, Yi Hao. The name Yi Hao, seeing Su Yanning, hurriedly waved his hand, saying, classmate, I have something I want to see you about. Su Yanning also showed a strange expression. Looking for me? What's the matter? Yi Hao continued to say, it's nothing. I just wanted to thank you for the match just now. My Silver Snake Thunder Dragon beast was able to break through the limit and level up to level 7 thanks to you. Su Yanning smiled and congratulated, congratulations to you. Su Ping, on the side, was secretly observing. This man is the one who can defeat the Thunder Light Rat? Then, suddenly, the name Yi Hao approached Su Yanning. Su Yanning said in a low voice, that's right, there's one more thing. I suggest that you don't use the Thunder Light Rat in the match later. Why? After the Silver Snake Thunder Dragon beast broke through to level 7, something changed on its body. I still haven't learned how to restrain it. You also know that this is a performance competition. Although your Thunder Light Rat is very strong, it still has a natural fear of high-level bloodlines. Su Yanning's expression was ugly, bowing her head and not speaking. Yi Hao continued to say, so, I suggest that you use the Fire Phoenix to fight at that time. If so, at least it will be interesting. Su Yanning replied, I know. Yi Hao pretended to wave his hand. See you on the field later. I'll try to be gentle. Then, he laughed mockingly. Hearing this, Su Ping, on the side, suddenly opened his mouth and said, fight however you like. It's just a level 9 spirit pet that hasn't even matured yet. Even if it's a beast king, the Thunder Light Rat isn't afraid. Yi Hao's eyes immediately fell on Su Ping. He frowned, inquiring, who is this? Su Yanning was stunned for a moment, her eyes shining, hurriedly introducing, this is Boss Su, who helped me nurture the Thunder Light Rat. You could say that he's half the owner of the Thunder Light Rat. Speaking of that, perhaps Boss Su knows more about the Thunder Light Rat than I do. Su Yanning gently touched Su Ping's elbow, introducing, this is Yi Hao, the champion of this year's class. He's very willing to spend money to buy spirit pets. The second half of her sentence was clearly implying Su Ping to hook the fish Yi Hao in front of him, so she emphasized that Yi Hao was a rich kid. Su Yanning said this, and Su Ping understood. He hurriedly clasped his hands in greeting to the blonde boy. Yi Hao was stunned, seeing that Su Ping's face wasn't much older than him, even a few years younger than him. Such a young boss can actually create a Thunder Light Rat that is unreasonably strong. He must have a nurturing master behind him. In this short moment, many thoughts appeared in his head, but on his face, he still maintained a calm expression, smiling and saying, "If there's an opportunity, I hope Boss Su can also help me nurture my silver snake thunder dragon beast a bit. No matter how much money I spend, it's worth it. Money is just an external thing to me." Su Ping, hearing this, quickly said, "The store is very busy right now, but if you have such sincerity, I will make an exception." With business coming to his door, Su Ping would naturally not refuse. It seemed that this person was very rich. He suddenly spread his hand out, saying, 500,000 is enough to prioritize nurturing your pet. Yi Hao, hearing Su Ping say that 500,000 was only to get priority, thought, "Is this guy joking?" Seeing Yi Hao hesitate, Su Ping then said, "Young master, Yi loves spirit pets like his life, but you're also reluctant to spend 500,000. It can't be, right?" Yi Hao was silent for a moment and then said, "Money is not the problem. You can have as much as you want if you have that ability, of course. See you at the match." Su Ping thought, a handsome rich kid, famous in the school, really spends money without blinking an eye. I've come to the right place. Very quickly, the first-year match began. Su Lingyu, Su Ping's younger sister, at this time, was standing on the competition field. Her opponent was a fierce beast. Under the command of its owner, it was hateful and would kill her. Then, it released a murderous aura, charging up. Su Lingyu, seeing this, smiled. "You're really a kid who only knows how to be reckless." Then, Su Lingyu nurtured and strengthened her spirit pet, increasing its speed to level 2. Then, she ordered it, "Snow Dog, charge." After being strengthened, the Snow Dog released a green aura. The Snow Dog quickly flew out in an instant, rushing in front of the wolf, kicking it, defeating the wolf's attack. Then, it turned around, using the move Blind the Eyes, shooting at the opponent's eyes, causing the opponent to hallucinate. Seizing that opportunity, it continued to fly up into the air, attacking again with the skill Dark Flame technique, blowing down on the opponent. The flames burned fiercely, heating up the entire competition field. What a beautiful match! Player Su Lingyu wins. Su Yanning, in the audience, constantly praised, so strong, not afraid of killing, actually defeating an opponent with higher combat power. Su Ping, next to her, thought, the skills are not bad, but unfortunately, there are still flaws. The white-haired man, on the other side, also commented enthusiastically, if it were in previous years, this level would probably be able to enter the battle team. But this year, there are really too many monster players. Her Dark Flame technique can't be said to be unremarkable, but it can only be said that it's not enough to be surprising. Another green-haired man wearing glasses said, "That's right. The champion and runner-up this year, one can control a rare level 9 bloodline spirit pet, and the other relies on a level 1 thunder light rat to reach the finals. The result is a battle of the gods." The vice principal also spoke up. If this little girl has a master to guide her, she will definitely be able to become a star in the future. But when she will meet a master depends on luck. Then, the host introduced, next is the final interesting match tonight. The runner-up of the Phoenix Mountain Academy, Su Yanning, and her opponent, the champion of the year, Yi Hao. Under the stage, Su Lingyu saw that following the runner-up was her older brother. Her face showed surprise, wondering, why is my useless older brother on stage? Under the stage, Su Ping was stroking the Thunder Light Rat, "Little one, do you remember me? It's been a long time since we fought together, huh?" The 3 days of experience in the training area were a shock to it. It never wanted to go back. Thinking of it, it trembled and hid behind Su Yanning's legs. Su Lingyu, in the audience, was embarrassedly covering her face, thinking, he's not even a spirit pet master, so isn't he just seeking humiliation? The surrounding audience, seeing the Thunder Light Rat being afraid, couldn't help but discuss, why did it suddenly become so afraid? Is it afraid of the dragon's might? Yi Hao, seeing the Thunder Light Rat, laughed and said, "If you had listened to what I said earlier, you wouldn't have made a fool of yourself." Su Yanning thought, this match can't rely on the Thunder Light Rat. Then, she summoned the Fire Phoenix from the space. She ordered the Fire Phoenix to use the Extreme Ray. Su Yanning let the Fire Phoenix use its strongest move. The Fire Phoenix's whole body was like a large ball of fire, heating up the entire competition field. On the other side, Yi Hao then ordered, "Just play with it. Silver Snake Thunder Dragon Beast. Then, it used the move Dragon Roar, surrounding the Fire Phoenix with negative signals, breaking the Extreme Ray. Seeing the Fire Phoenix's skill being defeated, Su Yanning was a little shocked. Sensing the anger of its owner, coupled with the failure just now, in the Fire Phoenix's red eyes, a raging fire burst out. From the Fire Phoenix's mouth, it gathered power again, releasing the Extreme Ray. Yi Hao, seeing this, coldly smiled. "You haven't given up. Then, I'll let you see the difference between us." The Silver Snake Thunder Dragon Beast began to defend. The Silver Snake Thunder Dragon Beast didn't use Dragon Roar this time, but used its two wings to cover its eyes like a shield. Only to see the light, carrying high temperature, from the Fire Phoenix's mouth, quickly shooting out, directly hitting the wings of the Silver Snake Thunder Dragon Beast, releasing an explosion. When the smoke dissipated, it was enough to see that where the wings were hit, there was a scratch, but in just a moment, it had recovered as before. Su Yanning was stunned. What she had just seen was too much of a blow to her. The Fire Phoenix's strongest skill actually only had such a little effect. If so, even if Yi Hao stood there and let her hit him, she wouldn't be able to. This was clearly not the same level. The entire audience was in an uproar. A level 8 skill can only cause a scratch. It's no different from scratching an itch for the Silver Dragon. In fact, many people could easily recognize that although it was a level 8 spirit skill, because it was used by the Fire Phoenix, it was still inferior to the Silver Snake Thunder Dragon Beast. Yi Hao, seeing Su Yanning's stunned appearance, smiled lightly, ordering the Silver Snake Thunder Dragon Beast, "Let her see your ability." Then, it immediately used 3 skills at once. These 3 skills, in order, were Fire type, Ice type, and Wind type. The attack power was extremely great. Even if it didn't intentionally aim at them, because the range was too wide, the Fire Phoenix was in danger everywhere. The power also devastated the competition field below, like it had experienced an extremely fierce great battle. Because the skill range was too large, the Fire Phoenix, flying in the air, had difficulty dodging and could only barely withstand it. Su Yanning was preparing to increase the speed for the Fire Phoenix when she suddenly had to stop because a fireball fell to where she was. In this case, she could only choose to protect herself. Completely overwhelmed, the more she tried, the more painful it was. The Fire Phoenix, unable to avoid it, with just one mistake, was hit. The Fire Phoenix's wings were immediately burned, and its injured body fell to the competition field. At this time, in Su Yanning's heart, there was both anger and despair. This Silver Snake Thunder Dragon Beast was for parts stronger than the previous battle. There was completely no way to turn things around. Yi Hao, at this time, was very pleased, saying, "It's really boring to train spirit pets to this level and still charge such expensive fees." Su Ping, at this moment, felt that his face had been completely lost. On his hand, he directly increased the killing intent for the Thunder Light Rat. The Thunder Light Rat's whole body was covered in killing intent. Suddenly, its entire combat power soared. Its body also swelled up a few parts. It was filled with killing intent. Su Ping stared and said, "Go, eliminate it for me." After speaking, the Thunder Light Rat took the initiative to attack. Its limbs surrounded by lightning, its body suddenly launched with the speed of a rocket, leaving behind a long string of lightning afterimages. This was the high-level spirit skill Thunder Control. In an instant, it had approached the Silver Snake Thunder Dragon Beast and rushed up high, using the undead six-clawed chop with destructive power, aiming straight at the Silver Snake Thunder Dragon Beast's neck. The Silver Snake Thunder Dragon Beast hadn't covered its head yet. It was extremely formidable. Yi Hao, at this time, also noticed the Thunder Light Rat's performance. He was a little surprised. It's faster than the final match. This move temporarily created a few deep dents and also tore the breastplate of the Dragon Beast. The resentment of the undead six-claw chop also weakened the strong recovery ability of the dragon race's bloodline. Yi Hao's gentle eyes began to radiate coldness. This way, victory is more interesting. Raising his hand, he cast a level for strength enhancement. His thoughts transferred to the Silver Snake Thunder Dragon Beast, ordering it to stomp the Thunder Light Rat to death. The Silver Snake Thunder Dragon Beast once again used the move Ice Sea Cold Freeze. Starting from its feet, a thick layer of ice spread, quickly freezing the entire competition field. For spirit pets that didn't know how to fly, this was a fatal move. The Thunder Light Rat, seeing the ice sea covering it, immediately jumped back, dodging. The ice was increasingly spreading to the edge of the competition field. At this time, Su Ping calmly opened his mouth, commanding, "Use the third move I taught you." The weakness is in the mouth. The Thunder Light Rat received the order. Suddenly, it used the 10-direction Thunder Imprisonment, breaking the ice in front, continuing to launch the next move, multiple Thunder Shadow Clones. From the green smoke, 3 Thunder Light Rats simultaneously ran forward, dividing into 3 different directions. All 3 Thunder Shadows continuously released the small version of 10-direction Thunder Imprisonment, wanting to use the lightning of this move to open a path to run forward, simultaneously quickly approaching the Silver Snake Thunder Dragon Beast. Seeing the Thunder Rat's reaction, Yi Hao raised his eyebrows. In these 3 shadows, there must be one that is real, although I'm not sure. There's a rat over there that is protected by a lightning armor. Don't even think about getting past my eyes. Attack it. The Silver Snake Thunder Dragon Beast received the order, launching a move at that shadow, using the skill Ice Sea Thorns. Immediately, it locked down the Thunder Light Rat. The entire body was hit, immediately disappearing. It was a mirage. Yi Hao didn't believe it. He panicked, thinking, it's fake. He ordered to attack another one, but it also disappeared immediately. Su Ping smiled darkly. All 3 of those were to attract your attention. Yi Hao unexpectedly thought, that's right. At that moment, the real body of the Thunder Light Rat appeared. The position of appearance was just right at the face of the Silver Snake Thunder Dragon Beast. It didn't have time to react. The dark 6-clawed chop had burst out from the Thunder Light Rat's claws. Yi Hao, at this time, was no longer calm. What? There's actually a 4th one. Before he could react, the Thunder Light Rat had slashed across the corner of the Silver Snake Thunder Dragon Beast's mouth, because the corner of the mouth was the only place not protected by scales. It immediately released an extremely miserable scream. The dark energy that came with the Thunder Light Rat's claws was constantly eroding the Silver Snake Thunder Dragon Beast's wound. The audience, seeing the match, was no less surprised. All revealed a face of disbelief. Praising the Thunder Light Rat's explosive power, Yi Hao's expression stiffened. Just before, he had been sure of victory, but in an instant, the Silver Snake Thunder Dragon Beast had suffered such a great blow. The fighting style of the Thunder Light Rat before and after had too much of a difference. The spirit skills used were still the same spirit skills as before, but the style of action had completely changed. Could it be because of this man? If he lost here now, wouldn't he have won the championship by luck? He clenched his fists, determined to reverse the situation. He shouted, "Silver Snake Thunder Dragon Beast, directly aim at the spirit pet master in the back and attack." Yi Hao's spirit pet released a painful sound. On its mouth, raging flames rose. It flew into the air. The fire from its mouth convulsed, transforming into a fireball, wanting to take advantage of the ice sea from before binding them to roast them into rat meat. Su Ping raised his eyebrows. What ugly methods! In fact, he had already shown mercy, otherwise there wouldn't be a lack of ways to defeat the opponent. The Thunder Light Rat, next to him, seeing the danger, immediately rushed over. Without waiting for the Silver Snake Thunder Dragon Beast to react, it appeared again at the wound on the corner of its mouth that it had just created. The lightning that was accumulated around its body was immediately released as Thunder Lightning Transformation. The dark purple lightning directly attacked the Silver Snake Thunder Dragon Beast's wound. The Silver Snake Thunder Dragon Beast had been injured. Now, it was also electrocuted to the point that its hands were numb, its whole body convulsing non-stop. Its entire large body quickly fell to the ground. A loud explosion rang out, covering the entire area, like it had just experienced an earthquake. Everyone was stunned, momentarily unable to adapt to this situation. It had completely exceeded their imagination. At this time, in the audience, comments were pouring in. Su Lingyu was surprised, not understanding what was going on. Another person said the Silver Snake Thunder Dragon Beast actually lost. Moreover, it lost in such a miserable way. The blonde champion also couldn't help but be surprised. The Thunder Light Rat actually won in such a skilled and experienced way. Could it be that in the final match, it was intentionally hiding its strength? The two reasons are because of this man, he's worthy of being called the Rat King. Su Yanning had successfully washed away the shame of the final match and was excited. At this time, Su Yanning thought, oh, it's over. Su Ping, still being frozen, slowly asked, Blondie, are you satisfied with my ability now? Let me ask, will you pay the 500,000 in cash or transfer it? Yi Hao, with an unbelievable expression, said, I'll transfer the money to you. But first, let me ask you one question. I want to ask you, can my silver snake thunder dragon beast become as strong as the thunder light rat? The sound of ice breaking suddenly rang out, only to see Su Ping take a step forward. The ice on his body had shattered, his body not being injured at all. He smiled and replied, of course, it can, but when it's your turn, that depends on my mood. At this time, on the judge's seat, the purple-haired man rested his chin, looking at the situation, analyzing the male student on the stage, going with the little girl. His strength is not simple. Ho Ji narrowed her eyes, saying, I had already noticed him. He's the one commanding the battle from behind. Even the ice couldn't hold him. It's a pity that we've already recruited enough people into our battle team this year. The purple-haired man enthusiastically turned to ask the vice principal. That male student is so young and talented. What class is that student in? Who is his instructor? Tell me, I'll arrange the best dormitory for him. Lu Goksu, standing nearby, smiled lightly and said, Vice Principal, he's not a student at our school. If he's not, then there's no need to rush. Are you interested in coming to cultivate at our place? Tuition is completely free. When you graduate, you will also be given a high-level bloodline spirit pet by the school. Su Yanning, hearing the vice principal say this, couldn't help but have her mouth drop open. Free, and they're giving away a high-level spirit pet. I've never heard of such generous conditions. The purple-haired man, standing nearby, also thought that old fox was just putting on an act with me, saying that he was very close to him. Su Ping, at this time, leisurely took a sip of tea and said, not interested. Vice Principal Dong, hearing this, was a little surprised. Such good conditions, and you're not interested. Then, I'll give you a monthly allowance. At this time, Lu Goksu, on the side, smiled and introduced, Boss Su is my benefactor. Last time, I was able to return from the wasteland because Boss Su took action to save me. I told you about how a young man chopped off the head of a demon beast and saved me and Yi Chenzen. Do you remember? Of course, I remember. This matter is a very big deal for Phoenix Mountain. Just as he finished speaking, he suddenly realized, could it be that the young man is in front of me? What are you all looking at me for? Do you all want to drink tea? Everyone, hearing this, was at a loss. His combat power is really terrifying. He must be the son of a rich family here to experience life. I've never seen this person in the 4 great families. He's really humble. Could it be the youngest son of the Yu family? Su Ping directly replied, don't randomly change other people's names. My surname is Tu. Su Yanning, next to him, was immediately frightened by Su Ping's attitude. In her heart, she panicked, wanting to cover his mouth. Suddenly, the captain of the Iron Hand team opened his mouth and said, don't be a student anymore. Join our team. I'll arrange for you to be in Team 1. We'll give you double the benefits and welfare. Su Yanning, on the side, was instantly stunned. The battle team I joined doesn't have any welfare. I was only assigned to team 4 to be a temporary pioneer. At this time, Su Ping was still calmly enjoying his tea, replying, I have absolutely no interest in joining the battle team. It's not as good as reading more books. That captain also spoke up. Just joining will give you 100,000 exploration points. The old man next to him then wanted to personally transfer a set of martial arts and also give a set of armor. Su Yanning, hearing this, was very excited, wanting to go. Su Ping glanced at her. No one's looking for you. What are you getting excited about? I still have to train and take care of the store. Where do I have time to explore the wilderness? Lu Goksu, seeing this, hurriedly opened her mouth and asked, Mr. Su, have you thought about becoming a special instructor at the academy? Su Ping asked back, an instructor. Last time, he thought that Lu Goksu wanted to recruit him as a student. Su Yanning, next to him, was secretly startled because that position required someone with combat power of level 7 or higher to be qualified. They also had to pass many assessments. Moreover, an instructor could decide the future of hundreds of students under his command. Many people yearned for that position, but just one answer was enough to get it. Lu Goksa continued to say, "That's right. You only need to open one class. You can arrange the time yourself. As for the treatment, not to mention the resources in the school, you can use them however you want." Hearing that the resources could be used freely, Su Ping's thoughts were a little shaken. He then thought, the refining of the golden crow god and demon body requires a lot of precious materials. If I can get them from here, it will save a lot of effort. Moreover, with the identity of an instructor, I won't have to be afraid of those idiots coming to cause trouble again. It's really killing two birds with one stone. Then, Su Ping said, "Okay, I'll take the deal." After taking the deal, Lu Goksa then handed over the work of the instructor to Su Ping. First was a pile of exam materials. She explained, to become an instructor, you need to pass a series of tests, a multi-dimensional assessment of your physical organization, combat skills, and teaching level. As long as the average score of the exams reaches 60, that's enough. Su Ping's life wasn't afraid of demons, only afraid of being forced to read books. "I think I'll just pass." Seeing Su Ping wanting to give up, the vice principal then suggested, cough cough, "That's the standard for outsiders. Mr. Su can kill the demon beast ghoul in the wasteland. There's no need to doubt his combat skills. As for teaching, after assisting in a few classes, I believe you can also master it." Then, "What do you mean? You only need to pass the physical organization test. Our education system needs to collect information about the strength of each instructor so that we can easily arrange suitable students for you to teach." In Su Ping's heart, he secretly thought, clearly, he wants to probe my skills. This old fox, if my level isn't enough, he'll deduct my benefits, right? Su Ping wanted to hear what this was all about. "Tell me, how will you test it? Please follow me." Then, he led Su Ping to the high-level testing ground. Dong Minsong pointed to the large machine and said, "As long as you can resist this by Z alone, persevering for 1 minute is enough qualification." Just as he finished speaking, only to see Bai Zi's eyes begin to release a red glow. It had successfully started. Su Ping asked, "I can't use spirit pets, right?" Dong Minsong smiled and nodded. Lu Goksu, on the side, secretly thought, "This is a high-level combat weapon. Even I can only hold on for 30 seconds. Is the vice principal wanting to show off his power to Su Ping?" Su Ping smiled, beginning to get into position. He also wanted to test the results of his cultivation. Let's begin. Bai Zi had just started, and the top of its head immediately began to shoot in all directions. Su Ping could only constantly move to avoid the moves. Suddenly, a streak of lightning appeared that he couldn't dodge. He hurriedly opened a spirit shield to defend. The energy ball on Bai Zi's head began to increase its power. The lightning frantically attacked. Su Ping sensed that a heavy feeling was constantly being transmitted on the spirit shield. He also realized that this shield couldn't withstand it. In just a moment, it had shattered. The energy collided and sent him flying more than 10 meters away. At this time, Dong Minsong, outside, observing, secretly assessed, in the first 10 seconds, Bai Zi actually didn't hit him once. His reaction is really not bad, but his spirit shield is too weak. Just as Su Ping had returned to a stable defensive position, he suddenly discovered that a huge magic formation had appeared under his feet. He couldn't help but be distracted. In the magic formation, a strong wind suddenly blew, in an instant blowing him halfway up. Just as his body was floating, many sharp small pieces of ice appeared around him. He thought, "I'm done for, I'm floating and can't borrow strength to dodge." In an instant, dense vines shot out, wrapping around Su Ping's hands, feet, and abdomen. Dong Minsong, seeing this, felt disappointed. It's over in less than 20 seconds. After all, it's his first time fighting Bai Zi. I'll think about it later. At this time, Bai Zi then continued to cast, accumulating energy into a large fireball in its mouth. Su Ping was also sent to the middle of Bai Zi's mouth by the vines. Lu Goksu, outside, seeing this, was frightened, only knowing to shout, "Be careful." Having accumulated enough fire, Bai Zi then attacked the target. Su Ping was burned in a sea of fire. Lu Goksu, seeing the dangerous situation, then spoke to the vice principal, shouting, "Quickly stop the test." But he didn't listen because he couldn't hear any cries for help, proving that he hadn't given up yet. Also, Bai Zi's attacks would gradually increase from low to high, from 1st to 6th stage. Perhaps it would only take 5 seconds. Su Ping, in the sea of fire, was using primal armor to protect himself. The vines were still tightly wrapping him. The primal armor was about to be unable to protect him. Not seeing any movement from Su Ping, Lu Goksu, outside, was also anxious. She counted every second. Reaching the 5th second, she panicked because Bai Zi still hadn't stopped. "Vice Principal, 10 seconds have passed. Why haven't you stopped yet?" "This firestorm has probably reached the 8th stage." The Vice Principal looked down, couldn't help but wonder, why is there no reaction? Could it be that Su Ping has lost consciousness? Suddenly, he heard the sound of cracking. Then, cracks began to appear on Su Ping's face. He suddenly opened his eyes wide. From his 2 eye sockets, golden light was released. Immediately afterwards, golden energy flowed throughout his body. This golden light was too fierce. The vines wrapped around his body instantly broke apart. When he launched down to the ground, the water splashed in all directions. The raging fire was instantly shot away, unable to approach him. He slowly raised his right hand, outwardly not forgetting to mutter, "What a hateful machine." Then, he slammed down on the ground. Immediately, a streak of gold cut through the air. The golden light shot directly into the front of the machine. Bai Zi, Su Ping also flew following the golden light, directly punching Bai Zi in the face. The upper and lower jaws fell apart. The vice principal and Lu Goksu, observing outside, were quite surprised. What? Not only did he block the attack, but he also fought back. The robot Bai Zi, being electrocuted, lay in a pile, stretching its legs. The vice principal couldn't help but wonder, facing Bai Zi, we all have to stand still and take the beating. Could it be that the machine malfunctioned? Because this was the first time evolving, Su Ping still didn't know what the feeling of evolving was like. Then, the system displayed information to answer. Golden Crow God and Demon Body Level 1 is not yet stable. Normally, it only knows how to increase a little bit of physical fitness. Only in special circumstances can the Golden Crow power be activated. Su Ping looked at the golden light remaining on his hand. It's not complete. This is only a little bit. This power is to pervert it. Just one punch has punched the robot into scrap metal. If there were a few more streaks, wouldn't I be invincible? Bai Zi released the test results. Spirit Power, Level 3, Attack, Level 7, Mid-Tier, Defense, Level 8, Low Tier, Comprehensive Assessment, Level 7, High Tier. Looking at the 2 people entering the laboratory, Su Ping asked, "Is this enough qualification?" The vice principal constantly clapped his hands, praising, "That's great. Mr. Su's ability is enough to be a high-level instructor. Welcome to Phoenix Mountain Academy." Su Ping's expression was deep. In his heart, he secretly thought, the power of Bai Zi is fundamentally not something that ordinary people can withstand. This old fox, if I didn't have the god and demon body to protect me, I'm afraid I would have been in pain to death. The vice principal then asked, "Teacher 2's expression doesn't seem too good. Could it be because your clothes are torn?" Su Ping looked at Dong Mingsong, who was still pretending to be stupid and didn't have the heart to argue with him. Waving his hand, not wanting to entangle any further, he turned to leave. Dong Mingsong laughed, reminding, "Remember to come back to class once a week." Lu Goksu, on the side, said in surprise, "The attack and defense are as high as level 7 and 8, but the spirit power is only level 3. This is too unusual." Suddenly, Dong Mingsong analysed, there's only one possibility. He has a secret skill, but the cultivation time is not long. This kind of person must have a master behind him, guiding him. We must find an opportunity to win him over more, find a way to get acquainted with the master behind him. His store very likely has clues to the master. First, think of a way to get to his store. At this time, Su Ping, who hadn't left yet, poked his head out and said, "There's no need to be so troublesome." If you want to know, I can send you my location. Help me introduce some wealthy students. It's good for them to come and spend money. Su Ping went straight home from the academy. Seeing him shirtless with only a piece of cloth, Li Qingyu, his mother, asked in surprise, "Why did you become like this? Are you not injured?" After learning that Su Ping was fine, she, like a child, curiously rubbed his strong muscles from top to bottom, her mouth unable to help but exclaim in surprise, "Since when did our Su Ping have muscles?" Su Ping, facing this scene, could only hurriedly embarrassedly run away. He asked permission to return to his room. While changing clothes, he thought, "The primal armor in my hand is also broken. I wonder if it has a warranty." Suddenly, the door to his room was pushed open. Su Lingyu glared at him, questioning, "You have spirit power." Su Ping knew that he couldn't hide it, so he frankly admitted, "What if I do?" Su Lingyu, seeing him changing clothes, her face turned red and she called him a pervert. "Since when did you awaken your ability? Put your clothes on first." Su Ping smiled evilly, saying, "Breaking into your older brother's room and calling him by his name without any restraint. If I don't teach you a lesson, how will I be an older brother in the future?" Outwardly, he provoked, "Don't you like to look? Then, I'll let you look to your heart's content. Don't be polite." Su Lingyu was teased to the point that her face turned red. She tightly closed her eyes and threw a punch, shouting, "I'll let you know that I've surpassed level 4. Just as she got close, his mouth curled into a smile. "Come on, this Su Ping is different from before." Suddenly, a cracking sound rang out. The egg yolk was broken. Su Lingyu punch hit the protagonists to quail eggs. The intense pain caused Su Ping to tense up, unable to restrain himself, grabbing the painful area, his face full of veins. "What's going on? My defense power has reached level 8, low tier." The system reminded, that is the data activated in the Golden Crow state. The host's current body is only level 3, high tier. At the dinner table, Li Qingru, knowing that Su Ping had awakened spirit power, asked with a joyful expression, "When did you awaken your bloodline to become a spirit pet master? What kind of spirit pet did you bring? What's the quality?" Su Ping replied casually, "Just recently, I'm only bringing a little skeleton right now. The quality is probably mid-tier or low-tier." Li Qingru continued to say, "Only bringing a low-level little skeleton won't do. You have to buy a new spirit pet. Tomorrow, Mom will consider buying you a mid-level spirit pet." Su Lingyu hurriedly advised, "He just awakened. Giving him a good spirit pet won't be of any use. The more expensive the spirit pet, the more expensive the spirit food. With his little income, how can he afford to raise it?" Li Qingru hurriedly asked with concern, "Do you have enough money to pay for the electricity and water for the store? If you don't have enough, tell Mom. Don't borrow from outside." Su Ping couldn't help but sigh secretly. This original owner doesn't seem to be from a rich family. He hurriedly said, "I haven't earned much recently." "It's only this much." After speaking, he pressed the watch to check. Suddenly, a reminder box popped up with a balance of 500,000. It was Ye Chao's priority fee. The two mothers and daughters were also surprised. "You can earn so much money." Su Lingyu, sitting next to him, asked directly, "You didn't do anything illegal, did you?" Of course, Su Ping couldn't tell them that the money earned in the store was all converted into energy points. This money was swindled from a rich second generation. Then, Su Ping explained, "Recently, Phoenix Mountain Academy has suddenly become very popular with Thunder Light Rats. I just happened to follow the trend, so I earned some money." His mother, hearing this, breathed a sigh of relief. "Oh, then I'm relieved. Finally, Ping Ping has a future." In the future, Su Lingyu must guide your older brother more. Who wants to guide him? He can just forever follow behind me. Su Ping, hearing this, also followed the wind, saying, "Good younger sister, in the future, you must take care of me more." The next day, at Su Ping's store, a woman stepped in. Zhong Zuan slowly asked, "Boss, I heard that you are the one who nurtured the Thunder Light Rat. Is that right?" Su Ping, hearing this, hurriedly stood up to welcome the customer. After becoming famous, business had become much better. He nodded, saying, "That's right. I nurtured it. Do you want to send it for nurturing or training? Or do you want to buy spirit food?" Seeing Su Ping admit it, Zhang Zuan breathed a sigh of relief. That's right. She directly opened her mouth and said, I want to nurture for spirit pets to become as strong as that thunderlight rat. Su Ping frowned. Playing it big like this, he hurriedly introduced the service. Nurturing that thunderlight rat has limitations. Right now, there's only ordinary training service, charged per session. Zhang Zuan frowned, pondering, there are limitations. Could it be that you can't copy that thunderlight rat? She hurriedly inquired, then, how effective is the ordinary training? Su Ping then introduced, although it can't compare to that nurturing, it can also increase the strength of the spirit pet. From low-level spirit pets, it's 10,000 per session. For mid-level spirit pets, it's 100,000 per session. Zhang Zuan's expression immediately became serious. Increase a little bit. This way of speaking is not professional at all. Is this store borrowing the name of the Thunderlight Rat to swindle money? It's not worth paying attention to. Then, Zhang Zuan made a decision, turning to leave. Su Ping didn't know what she was thinking. Seeing the customer turning away, he hurriedly stopped her. At this time, the system released a signal. Because the customer is suspicious, the original order has been cancelled, causing actual damage to the store. Therefore, the host is allowed to conduct a professional training once, but the fee is 100 times higher than ordinary training. Training period, 30 days. Requirement, nurture the spirit pet's aptitude to reach mid-high tier or higher. The system displayed detailed information. Su Ping was also a little unbelievable. There's actually professional training. The reward included a mid-level origin power pill and a god and demon battle technique. But the price was 100 times higher than normal. Will anyone really buy it? Zhang Zuan, hearing Su Ping stop her, turned around coldly, saying, Boss, do you have anything else to say? Su Ping laughed. If you want to increase the ability of your spirit pet, I can do it, but the cost for nurturing a thunderlight rat is relatively high. Ordinary customers are afraid that they can't afford it. Zhang Zuan showed that she was a rich person, raising her chin and asking, how much? I still have some savings. Su Ping suddenly raised a finger, saying, 1 million for professional nurturing fees. The fee is 100 times higher than the normal standard. Low-level pets are 1 million. In Zhang Zuan's eyes, a mocking smile was revealed. Isn't this price too expensive? She suspiciously looked at Su Ping, afraid that he would run away with the money. Then, she asked directly, Boss 2, you didn't rent this store, did you? Just because the professional training fee was 1 million, she was suspected of running away. Su Ping understood her concerns. He smiled lightly and explained, the store has absolute credibility. You can go to the Phoenix Mountain Academy website to check. I'm not only the owner of this store, but also a high-level figure at Phoenix Mountain. My name is Su Ping, you can check. Zhang Zuan was immediately stunned. She hurriedly opened the official website to search. Looking at him, he was so young, he must be a second-year student. If he dares to lie to me, don't blame me for making it impossible for you to live in Longjiang. She raised her head to look at Su Ping and then lowered her head to look at the screen. This face was indeed the same person. Zhang Zuan, like she had seen a ghost, couldn't help but reveal surprise, looking at Su Ping. So young, he was actually a high-level instructor. At least he had to have the identity of a high-level spirit pet master to be qualified to hold this position. Moreover, he was a member of the combat team, considered the strongest team. Su Ping smiled and said, surprised, can I survive in Phoenix Mountain? Zhang Zuan, after confirming Su Ping's identity, was a little embarrassed about her suspicion. Seeing that she was too rude, she bowed her head and apologized. Teacher 2, I was rude just now. Please forgive my ignorance, Su Ping thought. As expected, having the identity of an instructor is much more convenient. Then, he said, in the store, just call me store owner. If you want training, please go back and prepare the money. Yes, store owner, you're right, but I don't have much money. After speaking, she transferred 1 million VND and summoned a pink pig, called the Heavenly Fragrance Pig. The system then displayed a check. 1 million VND has been transferred and converted into energy. Current number of energy points, 10,048. I don't have much money. Su Ping secretly thought, my poverty has limited my imagination. 1 million and she says she doesn't have much. It seems that Ye Jo's 500,000 was still too little. Store owner 2, your expression doesn't seem too good. Am I not welcome? Please don't mind what happened just now. After the training is completed, I also want to give you a thank you gift. Suping smiled, thinking she really is a rich kid. He waved his hand, appearing generous. Don't worry, I treat customers the same. I have to start training. If there's nothing else, please come back next month to pick up your spirit pet. Jung Zuan was secretly startled. Not only did he not care about her looking down on him, but in just a short month, he would complete the level 7 intensity nurturing stage. This was a generous master, worthy of everyone emulating. Thank you for your nurturing, Teacher 2. The system then popped up a reminder. The upgrade fee has been converted into energy. Remaining energy, 10,048. Su Ping looked at the information displayed, confused in his heart. Should I upgrade the spirit pool or upgrade the store? He analysed the situation. The fee for the Thundercloud Sea Realm training was 1,000 energy. If he wanted to become like the Thunder Rat, he had to go at least twice, but he didn't have enough energy to do so. The professional training opportunity was only once, so he needed to consider it carefully. The system then provided more information, saying that the training space could provide a place for spirit pets that hadn't been taken away to rest after training, without needing to occupy a nurturing slot. Then, Su Ping, hearing this, requested more detailed information from the system. The super clone would simulate the host's actions, bringing the spirit pet into training. Normally, to conduct training, each use of the super clone required paying 50% of the training income. Su Ping couldn't help but exclaim, "Dan, isn't this function too good?" Although normally nurturing only earns 50 points, but receiving 10 orders every day in 20 days, I can recover the cost. While Su Ping was still thinking, outside the spirit pet store, a crowd appeared, pointing and whispering. The incident at the academy yesterday had become widely known. The crowd poured into the store. Everyone wanted to send their spirit pets for nurturing. Su Ping, seeing this, smiled slightly, without hesitation, pressing the upgrade store button. Don't worry, I can accept everyone, the system announced. Entered the training area. Star fragment number 9527 is a suitable place for nurturing fire-type spirit pets. Can revive 30 times in 7 days. Just as he was teleported, he realized that he had arrived at the nurturing place. For the first time, opening the clone function required the host to conduct a complete training once. Su Ping, seeing this, immediately activated the clone. After using 200 energy, the purple shadow on his body gradually separated from Su Ping's body. Gradually, a transparent purple Su Ping appeared. Among a group of beast shadows, this clone would connect with his consciousness, replacing him to train the spirit pets. The clone would inherit a part of his personality and intelligence, with the ability to act independently. The important thing when training spirit pets was the existence of an attribute environment. The more intense the fire attribute, the more beneficial it was for cultivating fire-type spirit pets. A moment later, Su Ping went to the lava lake underground. In front of him, there was only fire and lava, hot to 2000 degrees. The surroundings were all black burnt rocks. He said with satisfaction, "This place is very good." Su Ping suddenly squatted down next to a rock, slowly reaching out to touch the lava below. He was ready to pull his hand back at any time, but the moment he touched it, he found that it wasn't as hot as he had imagined. He could completely accept this temperature. When facing Bai Zi, there was also fire, and that temperature was enough to burn people to death. But not only was he not burned, he didn't feel very hot, and he even activated the Golden Crow God and Demon body, unless the Golden Crow God and Demon body had a special interaction force with the fire attribute. In any case, it was okay to be revived after death. Why not try it? Then, he immediately dipped his hand into the lava. As expected, he wasn't burned. Instead, the fire element obediently, like it had been tamed, flowed into his body. This is the talent of the Golden Crow bloodline. Su Ping, driven by curiosity, unintentionally discovered the secret of the Golden Crow's bloodline. Suddenly, the clone on the side also began to learn. Su Ping, seeing the clone being burned, opened his mouth to remind, "This is not for you to learn." He directly stepped into the lava lake. His clothes were quickly consumed by the temperature. He ordered the clone, "Time is precious. Throw all the spirit pets down to train." Su Ping discovered that the fire element in the lava seemed to be slowly flowing into his body and being absorbed by his body. It was really comfortable. The feeling was like eating food and like enjoying a hot spring. Behind him, a group of spirit pets were in chaos, being pushed into the lava lake by his clone. Clearly, they were all afraid. They couldn't withstand it. Just stepping in, they were burned to death, leaving only bones. Su Ping felt a little disappointed. "Are you even fire-type spirit pets?" Then, Su Ping pressed the revive on the spot button. The spirit pets, having just been revived in the air, before they could realize that they had been revived, fell into the lava again and died again. Su Ping then used the contract to order them to jump down. Several more times, the cries of fear kept ringing out. Before life and death and the pain of being burned, even spirit pets with extremely poor aptitude and extreme laziness had to be forced to evolve. After several revivals like this, they all quickly increased their strength, ending the training. In an instant, Su Ping returned to the store. The customers who had sent their spirit pets to him for nurturing, seeing the results, were all happily cheering. To be able to learn a new intermediate level beast skill in such a short day. What kind of black technology is this? As expected, having a spirit pet training master is different. "So good, boss. I also want to train. I also want to buy some food for my spirit pet." "Boss, I want to send it for nurturing. Don't rush. Line up one by one. Everyone will be served." The system summarized. Received 25,860 VND, converted into energy, 258.6 points. Remaining energy, 11,650. Su Ping thought that it would take 20 days to earn enough energy, but he had finished it in just a few days. Even the nurturing slots were not enough to use. Seeing this, Su Ping pressed the buy button, but the system displayed a notification that the number of nurturing slots had been unlocked to the limit of 25/25. It could not be bought anymore. "Do you want to upgrade it to the next level? The upgrade fee is 1,000. His expression instantly darkened. "This system wants to trick me into spending money again, right?" He hurriedly expressed, "Don't upgrade. Save what you can save." Su Ping remembered the heavenly fragrance pig. The current main mission was to complete the professional training for this pink pig. The high-level training ticket was so expensive. If he only trained this one spirit beast, it would be too wasteful. Suddenly, a thought flashed in his head. "System, I want to upgrade the Chaos Spirit Pool." In an instant, the system released a signal. 10,000 energy was lost. Remaining 1,650 points. When the energy points disappeared, the spirit pool lit up with a halo. This light was much more intense than the spirit pool before. Su Ping could feel that the spirit power around him was 10 times denser than before. After the upgrade was completed, the system reminded again, there is a very low probability of giving birth to a beast king. Each nurturing requires 1,000 points. It's really expensive. He stood in front of the spirit pool, clasping his hands together, praying, "Heavenly Spirit, Earthly Spirit." Su Ping took a deep breath, praying, "I don't need a beast king. This time, at least give me a mid-level, level 6 spirit beast." Then, he pressed nurture. Right at the moment Su Ping opened nurture, the sky suddenly changed color. Along with bursts of blood-red thunder, the entire area below became dark, hitting straight at the Chaos Spirit Pool, carrying bursts of airflow. Then, the dense energy in the spirit pool frantically poured out. In that dark red energy, suddenly, the figure of a dragon appeared. Along with bursts of dragon roars, Su Ping was shocked, looking at the scene in front of him. This kind of large body caused him to be stunned in an instant. A stream of energy surrounded the core center. When the energy retracted, the appearance of the spirit beast was completely revealed. Su Ping was surprised to find that this was a Hellbamber dragon beast. Its attribute was dragon type, fire type, bloodline level 9. The average combat power was level 3. Its abilities were controlling the dragon's breath and dragon's might. Su Ping couldn't help but be happy, stroking the head of the bamboo dragon beast. It really is getting what you wish for. Level 9, and if I level it up again, it will become a Beast King bloodline. This is really awesome. It makes money. However, the dragon race does not allow any weaklings to touch its body, especially its head. Just getting acquainted and naturally, Su Ping went to touch its head. How could it bear it? The hell bamboo dragon beast immediately flew into a rage, opening its mouth and releasing a dragon roar. It seemed to be warning Su Ping. Then, it spat fire at Su Ping, aiming at him to attack. Its head isn't big, but its temper is big. Ha, who are you trying to scare? Su Ping immediately squeezed its mouth shut with his hand. After all, in the store, he was invincible. Su Ping lightly lifted its mouth, saying a few words like warning it, obediently sign a contract for me. Blink if you understand. The bamboo dragon beast suddenly felt uneasy. Its eyes frantically expressed submission. When the spirit beast contract blood pattern was signed on the forehead of the hell bamboo dragon beast, Su Ping immediately felt a small consciousness added to his consciousness. Contract successful. Suddenly, Su Ping received a message. In the afternoon, there was a public forum with third-year students. He needed to be at Phoenix Mountain Academy early. Someone was waiting for the protagonist, the director of the combat department. Looking at the watch, he muttered, "There are still 2 minutes left." On the first day of class, he's already disregarding discipline like this. "I can't let it go like this." Lu Goksu, next to him, hurriedly explained, "Teacher Su is not familiar with the road. He may have gotten lost." The director immediately burst out with obvious dissatisfaction. "I've only been out for a few days, and the combat department has become like this. I heard that the newcomer was still recommended by you. You didn't inform me beforehand. Now, are you the commander of the combat department?" Su Ping, for the first time, was attending a class as an instructor. He was preparing to open the class, but he still hadn't arrived. Then, the director of the combat department directly vented his dissatisfaction on Lu Goksu. She hurriedly said, "If Su Ping is late, I will take responsibility." She was worried in her heart. "Su Ping, hurry up and come here." Suddenly, whoosh, Su Ping, not knowing from where, jumped down. The scene that appeared was extremely showy. The director of the combat department, next to him, suspiciously looked at the young man in front of him and asked, "Are you the newcomer?" Su Ping took back the bamboo dragon beast, thinking, "Fortunately, I arrived in time. It was thanks to riding the bamboo dragon beast that I arrived in time." Outwardly, he smiled and said, "That's me." In the classroom, Su Linyu was concentrating on cultivating. Next to her, the classmates were discussing. The new combat department has a particularly young instructor, but there's no information about him online. The words of discussion continued non-stop, interrupting Su Linyu cultivation. She frowned, saying, "If a young person can be a teacher, it means that they have strength. Instead of talking so much, you should be cultivating. Her dream is to be a high-level instructor. You're too naive. Can you become an instructor just by cultivating?" Suddenly, the teachers entered. Lu Goksu spoke up, introducing, "Everyone, please be quiet, class is starting. This is Director Fengshen, who will be responsible for explaining the wasteland materials. Teacher Su will be responsible for assisting." The group of youngsters immediately exclaimed that Teacher Su isn't much older than us, but he's already become a teacher. The student next to Yihao didn't think it was right. "What is that compared to our God Yi's strength? In 2 years, I can also do it casually." Yihao, as a general under Su Ping, immediately couldn't bear it, coughing a few times, signaling him not to say any more. Su Linyu mind shook. She even directly stood up, shouting, "Su Ping, why is he up there? There must be a mistake." Suddenly, a student raised his hand, saying, "I heard that teacher is the one who killed the demon beast. Is that true? Can you tell us the details?" This question was considered to have asked the heart of everyone around. Unconsciously, the sound of whispering arose. Because most of the people who saw the demon beast had died, Su Ping frowned, hurriedly waving his hand, signaling everyone to be quiet. He slowly said, "Of course, I can tell you, but that's not the focus of today's class. When there's an opportunity, I'll explain it more clearly." The director smiled, He's already putting on airs after just one day. Show everyone your ability, otherwise, what will you use to prove that you have the strength to teach us? In Ye Chao's heart, he thought, I'm also very curious about what his strength is like. How did he train it to make the spirit pet so strong? Su Lingyu felt that her older brother was about to be finished. Her older brother had just awakened. How could he be related to the demon beast? He would be embarrassed to death. Lu Goksu then spoke up. I can guarantee Su Ping's strength. The director next to her directly interrupted. You just let him perform. Moreover, your recent achievements are not very convincing. The students under the stage, hearing this, immediately laughed loudly. The story of Lu Goksu almost being killed by the demon beast was known to everyone. At this time, she couldn't refute it, only saying apologetically, sorry, director. Su Ping's eyes suddenly became serious. The director said to Su Ping, Teacher Su, why don't you perform a little? If not, there will be rumors of too many relationships. It's not good to be a teacher. In Su Ping's heart, he secretly sighed. Whether it was in the Federation or the Academy, they wouldn't let him live in peace. Immediately, he raised his hand, opening the space, summoning it, and incidentally warning, the price to pay for this is quite high. A small bone arm from the summoning space jumped out. Everyone was waiting to see with vigilance. In an instant, everyone burst out laughing. The director also laughed. Don't attack the students. Anything else is fine. I can take responsibility. Su Ping commanded, take back a little strength. Don't hurt anyone. The little skeleton pulled out its bone knife, the red light in its eye sockets shining brightly. Su Lingyu covered her face, not daring to look because she was embarrassed for her brother. What could the lowest level demon spirit pet do? Perform a talent show. At this time, the little skeleton's whole body was covered by a red energy, like a demon. It also released an icy cold aura. Then, it quickly pulled out its knife, slashing straight at the open space in front. The knife energy stretched for more than 10 meters. The ground was torn apart in an instant, appearing with a wide crack. Smoke was constantly rising from the slash, constantly vibrating. Everyone exclaimed in surprise again. In this moment, they finally understood why this young man could be a high-level teacher. Just the knife technique that this bone skeleton performed was enough to make countless high-level spirit pets shout SOS. The little skeleton slowly put away the knife, its movements skilled. Just one knife had shocked the entire audience. The students sitting in the front row were so scared that even their hair was trembling. So terrifying, this isn't a move that a level 1 little skeleton should have. Yihao also had a deep expression. If the Silver Snake Thunder Dragon beast was here, he was afraid that it wouldn't survive 2 moves. Su Lingyu blankly looked at this scene. A low-level demon spirit pet actually had such ability. Her useless older brother had just awakened his ability. Su Ping glanced over all the students, slowly saying, Is that enough now? Do you need me to perform more? Lu Goksu, on the side, couldn't help but cover her mouth and laugh secretly. The director hurriedly opened his mouth and said, Don't joke around. This classroom is made of special materials. All can resist the intensity of level 8 bombing. I didn't expect it to be shattered by a little skeleton with one knife. Su Ping, seeing this, then opened the space, taking back the bone skeleton. Is there anyone else who's not convinced? Just raise your hand. Welcome to study with me. The whole class was silent. No one dared to make noise anymore. Su Ping, seeing this, spoke again. Why are you all bowing your heads and not saying a word? No one has any opinions anymore. Then, let's start the lesson. Below, the students immediately nodded. Immediately afterwards, the class began to proceed in an orderly manner. The classmates in the back all felt the same way. This was the quietest class in their lives. Even the sound of hair falling to the ground could be heard, but no one was thinking or taking notes because everyone's concentration had been focused on the little skeleton's knife slash. After class, Su Ping was able to return to the spirit pet store. The dignified vice principal actually drove an instructor back. It was too polite. Dong Mingsong laughed. I heard that your first lesson made the students obedient. The whole class was silent. Teacher Su is really a top talent of our Phoenix Mountain. Su Ping silently opened the door. In his heart, he secretly thought, what is this old fox planning? He's not coming to hang out with me, is he? Suddenly, a man walked over, enthusiastically greeting Su Ping. Brother Su, long time no see. It was the person on the golden medal rankings, Yi Chenchen. The three entered the store to drink tea. Su Ping then asked, puzzled, why is it so quiet this afternoon? There's not even one customer. Yi Chenchen explained, he has something he wants to discuss with Brother Su, so he had people evacuate this road. You will compensate for the lost revenue, Su Ping smiled, saying, you want to send the vice principal away. My friend has something he wants to say then. Dong Mingsong hesitated, saying, actually, I'm looking for teachers Su because there will be a world championship. The elite tournament is held once every 3 years. Only spirit pet masters with spirit power intensity below level 7 can participate. The champion, in addition to a large reward, can also be directly taught by a legendary spirit pet master. All the past champions have successfully leveled up to the title level. Among them, several disciples have become legendary spirit pet masters, and the people they admire can protect the safety of all 6 regions. If Teacher Su wants to participate, I can approve a year of leave with pay and benefits. The bonus after the match is naturally yours. Su Ping directly refused, I don't intend to participate temporarily. Dong Mingsong was also momentarily confused. As a spirit pet master, you're not interested in the elite tournament. In Su Ping's heart, he secretly thought, does he think I'm an idiot or what? If I win the championship, it means that the whole world will know. With my current reputation, it's enough to earn money. If I continue to become famous, I might be targeted by others. Relying on the system to level up is safer. Yi Chenchen, next to him, suddenly shook his head and sighed. Yi originally wanted to invite Brother Su to explore a secret realm together. It's a pity that you don't intend to participate in the elite tournament, so forget it. Su Ping was puzzled and then asked, what is this secret realm? Dong Mingsong couldn't help but probe, you're talking about the 3 major unique secret realms of the Asian region. Yi Chenchen immediately revealed that this matter was a secret, only known to explorers and above. How do you know? Dong Mingsong stroked his beard, smiling. Before I retired, I was also considered a half-golden medal explorer. Su Ping, in his head, was quite vague, expressing, don't riddle me. Just say it, the star rifts connect to ordinary star fields. Even if you find treasures, they're just all primitive creatures. But the 3 star rifts, Longtai Mountain, Jingu Gorge, and the Demon God's Tomb, connect to star fields that all had civilizations, even surpassing Blue Star's star field. Although they have long been destroyed, I heard that the artifacts excavated. If they're small, you can't buy them with money. If they're large, they can change the entire world. They can even help us understand the universe. Su Ping couldn't believe it, couldn't help but praise, so powerful. What is that? It's another concept of space dimension. Dong Mingsong slowly opened his mouth, reminding, there are too many monsters and secret mechanisms guarding them. Countless powerhouses have tried to enter and explore, but they haven't returned. Therefore, the secret realms have been sealed off by the federal government. Before organizing the global tournament, they will open safer areas for the participating elites. Yi Chenchen bowed his head and sighed. It's a pity that Yi was fortunate enough to obtain the qualification to explore the outer area of the Longtai Mountain's secret realm and is now looking for teammates for this. It's a pity that Brother Su doesn't intend to participate in the tournament. Su Ping said to himself, although I'm not interested in the tournament, but... Both Yi Chenchen and Dong, their eyes shining, waited for Su Ping to speak. In his heart, he secretly thought, the system's nurturing encompasses everything. This long time